Just wanted to make this video here. I was going to come back in a couple of days. I was taking a small break, but I can't help it here. I've reached that boiling point of, I'm tired of the patheticness of society. It's not everybody, but, it's certain people out there that, every day we have to find something to be offended by. And it's gotten to the point of parody. So much that the Zucker brothers can make a movie out of this. I mean, this is great material here, for a Zucker brothers movie. The stuff that we see on a daily basis. Now, honestly, I'd rather make a video where I talk about stuff that I enjoy, movies, what have you. Which is why, I don't really talk about this stuff because, I think a lot of people, for honestly, do a better job at it than I ever could. But I wanted to, kind of finally take off the gloves here because this is something that's been sort of dangling in my peripheral, and I'm here to fucking flick it off and just get out of the way, get out of the basement, so to speak. And I asked the question, how did we get so pathetic? Speaking to certain people out there, how did we get so pathetic that we have nothing better to do than to find things to be offended by? And we use platforms like Twitter, which I have Twitter. And if you want to say I'm hypocritical on that, fine. But you know what? I use Twitter for good. I use Twitter to post things that I like, what I'm watching, movies that I'm thinking about, topics, to what's coming up on my channel. I will tweet about that and tweet about different things. I follow friends up there. I follow different things and people. And guess what? It's stuff that I enjoy. I know I've said it already. But again, to me, Twitter is a tool, but I use it for good. A lot of people use Twitter as a springboard to, further, try and cancel non-existent shit and non-existent problems. And I mean, I see it out there. I'm not blind to it. And so again, I use Twitter, but, for the people out there that, use Twitter to, further this constant need to, try to further like cancel, that we have to cancel and we have to ban and cancel and ban and cancel and ban. Can we cancel stupidity? Can we ban stupidity? That we cancel what we don't like and we have to push and push and push for it? And we could talk about the Gino Carano thing, but it's every day. It's an everyday occurrence. And it's still happening. And I don't understand, again, how do we get so pathetic as a society? Or is it just, a bunch of kids, teenagers, what have you? And it's all different forms, movies, entertainment, sports. It's not just exclusive to movies, but, sports. Now, the thing is that I'm seeing on Twitter that we're digging up old interviews. And how dare he say that? How dare Letterman? How dare Leno? Do people have nothing better to do? Honestly. And again, I'm willing to bet, I'm willing to put money on that, a lot of it is, teenagers, people in their 20s that, don't know what they're talking about and don't know, the situation. But again, it's just an everyday occurrence. Like it's some kind of fucking sick game. And again, I ask, how do we get so pathetic that we have nothing better to do? Is it the quarantine? Are people just losing their minds because of the quarantine? And again, it's all forms of entertainment and different platforms With Twitter being the worst, even though I have it, but I use it as a tool for good and to post things that I like and stuff that I enjoy. I see all these movies right here in front of me. Every film that I'm looking at, and being a fan of movies. But people use Twitter as a springboard to further their fucking hate, and it's a fucking cesspool of hate, and it just never ends. In the words of Costanza, it never ends, and it's never ending. And that we have to go after even movies, animated movies, like Dumbo and Peter Pan and the Aristocrats, on Disney Plus. We have to, we got to jump on that. And apparently, I'm hearing different things, that either they were taken off or they're only accessible to adults, and that kids under 7, that they can't watch them, or it's not recommended to kids under 7. But who knows? But the fact that we're getting offended by fucking Dumbo, the fact that we're getting offended by Peter Pan, what's next? The Looney Tunes? It wouldn't surprise me. Now we're getting offended by Grease. And remember a while back, Kindergarten Cop? What's next? Baby's Day Out? Oh, that's child endangerment. Oh, that's baby endangerment. Raised in Arizona. Oh, that's offensive. It's baby endangerment. What's next? The Great Outdoors? Oh, because we can't go outside, we must quarantine. So we got to retitle it to The Great Indoors. That's offensive. Why isn't John Candy wearing a mask? Why isn't Dan Aykroyd wearing a mask? They must get fucking back in quarantine. Casper? Oh, it's offensive to the afterlife. And yeah, it sounds stupid because we've gotten that stupid. We've gotten that pathetic. Super Mario Brothers, the movie. Oh, it's offensive to the fungus. Again, it sounds stupid, but we gotten to that point. Roadhouse. Oh, it's too violent. It's too masculine. The Roadhouse would put some hair on your fucking balls. And it's funny because, again, it's a lot of, to me, kids, teenagers, that if you really think about it, think about this for a second. You're becoming your grandparents. Your grandparents that would say back in the day, oh, don't watch Power Rangers, it's too violent. And now you're becoming that. The kids now, how your grandparents would be, offended by, the little things and, stuff back then. So think about that. You're becoming your grandparents. Your grandparents would say, don't watch Power Rangers, it's too violent. Don't watch these cartoons, they're bad for your eyes, or they're bad for your brain. It's going to, it's going to, hurt your education. Don't watch too much TV. So, a lot of those kids out there, they're becoming their grandparents. And, I'm willing to bet that, a lot of these people are a lot of the same people that, make up these pathetic, nonsensical, non-existent reasons to be offended. These are the same people that are like, oh, that would never happen in the movie. This would never happen. But yeah, I know this rant is over the top, and, where am I going with this? I don't know. But it's just one of these things that it's really gotten to the point of parody. And it's really pathetic. It is really pathetic. And I can't understand society, and this is why I don't really talk about it much, because again, a lot of people can do better at it. A lot of people can convey uh, better points, what have you. Uh, I just don't get it. I think people need to get laid. I think people need to go outside. Uh, Whatever it takes, whatever it takes for you to, go watch some, go watch some porn or something. I mean, just to, I know, I'm going over the top here, but if they can take it over the top, why can't I? If they can take it over the top, by finding, stuff out of thin air, out of the air to be offended by. I mean, people are offended by, you know, let's just say, for example, this pen here, because, they're offended by the clicks in a pen. Oh, that's oppressive. You're banned. See how stupid it is? People are offended by, a lamp. I mean, I look at all the movies. You got all these movies out there that are fucking, the Mighty Ducks. What's next? The Mighty Ducks? Because they don't identify as real ducks? You see how stupid it is? That's what I see every day, on a daily basis. That's what we see on a daily basis. And I'm tired of it. And this is not going to be, again, like a topic that I'm going to go to much or, revisit much, because, again, the stuff that I see, it's like, what's the point? It's not that, I mean, what can I do? But, all I can do is rant and rave and, be vocal. But I know a lot of people feel the same. And I'm just tired of it. I mean, but I know better. It's not going to end. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to keep happening. And, it's just going to keep happening. It's an everyday occurrence. And, yeah. So that's it for now. I don't know what more I can say. But that's it. That's all I have for now. And as for society, it's time to get the stick and the 3 seashells out of your ass. Because, we're tired of it. And we're tired of the fucking whining, the fucking, crying over nothing. So you can take your pitchfork, stick that up your ass. But first, you gotta take the stick and the 3 seashells out of your ass. So, anyways, see, I'm just going all over the place. Thank you for watching. That's all I have for now. And have a good day.